So, sir, as you know that we have our upcoming Jewar airport, right? And as you're working in a solar industry, so you need to procure the raw material also, and then you need to send your finished goods also. So, how this upcoming Jewar airport or the infrastructure currently we have in UP is helping you, sir?
See, I'm going to set up two industries in Jewar. One factory is to manufacture the solar modules. That building is almost ready. We got the land in 2020 from Jamuna Expressway. We are very hopeful that we will start the production, commercial production in May or June 26 only, maybe 5 months from now. Jewar has an excellent infrastructure. Not only Jewar, I would say the entire UP has infrastructure. In few years, in 10 years, in 10 more, just 10 years, we have got excellent infrastructure.
Absolutely, sir.
So many expressways.
Yeah, we have the highest number of airports, domestic,
Yeah.
international, so the expressways and the largest networks of railways, sir.
See, Madam Anita, I will just share my experience. That 12 years back, I had the industry in the Noida, and we were making street lights and all that. There was no infrastructure, no logistics company existing there. And it was so tough. We were taking our material to the and unethical ways of that was basically the little unethical, unpractical ways. The customer used to tell us that, oh, you go to sector 34 bus stop, there is a bus, you give the material to that bus company, that bus will deliver the material to us and all that. But now with the kind of infrastructure,
Right.
the things move so fast, transportation moves so fast.
So fast.
So ease of doing business. We are so comfort. If something, if I have to go to Lucknow, just I can go in 4 hours to 5 hours. I reach by my car.
Absolutely.
And otherwise, we need to book the train or air, and now that infrastructure is not existing. So Lucknow has got a beautiful airport now, and just compare the airport with
Absolutely.
that we were having 10, 12 years back.
Absolutely. So the conditions which we were expecting in 10 years back, now the situation has immensely changed. So as an investor point of view, sir, what would you like to say to the investors who are sitting in other states or in and around the world? And what are your views for them to invest in UP, sir?
I can only say we have very dynamic chief minister. The attitude of the government employees is very, very good. We can set up the industry with a fixed target, and we get all the support. I would just mention, because when we used to go to a government department, we used to sit in the lines and all that. Today I send my message to UP Invest in 5 minutes. Even at the late night, I send a message, I get a reply from UP Invest or other government department. No, this is the status of your application and all that. And which I have never seen in my last 50 years working. I tell you, I had a small unit in sector 63 where we were making street lights and all that. And we had all kind of issues here. Electricity failure, known. Electricity failure was there. You keep on dialing. Today, you have got so many numbers, the helpline numbers. You just report a complaint, it goes to Lucknow, it gets settled down. You dial for police, it comes so fast. So all this, all wrong change in the attitude of the government towards the investor. I keep on telling my people that my known people that come to UP, you set up the industry there, and the kind of growth UP has seen in last time is phenomenal. And it is not only, I can say the entire world is telling about UP.
That's a commendable words from your side, sir, and I think this will definitely going to motivate the investors to come and invest in UP. Sir, the government of UP has launched different sectoral policies. And as you mentioned कि आप already UP manufacturing policy में LOC avail कर रहे हैं, तो what do you think, sir? Will it work as an attraction for the investors, as these policies, these incentives are not available in so many other states? So what are your views on this, sir?
See, UP Invest is giving lot of incentives now, and which is in infrastructure, land, or buying of machines. So these incentives are very, very useful and very handy to the investor like me, who was working for rupees 450, starting salary at 450, and then coming to that
First
level,
generation investor.
first generation and first general entrepreneurial who doesn't have infrastructure like that and all that. But the incentives are there, but somehow or other, UP Invest should put up a timeline limit to these agencies for the disbursement. And the faster the disbursement, the increases the motivation of the investor. So if there is a long delays and all that, the craze to get that money is not there, at that time. So basically, but UP Invest has given lot of incentives, and the biggest investment and biggest incentive to us is posting of Udmi meters in various departments. So whatever the issues are there, Udmi meters does the follow on our behalf, goes from the job which we were doing, going from table to table, is now undertaken by Udmi Mitra,
Mitras.
and they are very informative. They come back to us, and these people are very young, energetic people, and they take lot of interest in resolving the issue. So maybe I may have some hindrances to go to the highest officers. Those people go very fast and get the solution done, and that's the greatness of P-Invest and our Honorable Chief Minister.
And I think so this also avoid the red tapeism which earlier the investors were facing, because and now the investors also don't have to run the pillar and post because they are there to facilitate use.
Yeah. The Udmi Mitras are basically the people. Now, I correlate my experience of today and some 20 years back. This job was done by the unofficially agents in our ecosystems. Now that has been taken away from agents to UP meters, and those who are very helpful, and they are posted by Chief Minister, sir, Honorable Chief Minister. They report to them, and people also get a feeling that we are in the right hands now, and these things gets resolved.
Investors' voice is getting heard.
Right. And one part I would say, the authorities, they take lot of time in approval of drawings and all that. That process needs to be
improved.
Speed up. The approval time is
I think that's a valuable feedback,
Yeah.
sir. And I'm sure we're going to improve this in the coming.
And I had raised this question long back, maybe 2 years back, when I was talking to Greater Noida Authority. See, all these three authorities are managed by one UP administration. And why these three authorities have different rules and regulation in terms of drawing approvals or building completion approval.
So, sir, as you know, nowadays the government has focused so much on the semiconductor industries, and we have the semiconductor policy as well in UP. So, what are your views on this, sir?
Anita, our Prime Minister is so dynamic, and he thinks he has a very big, very long vision. So he thought of our solar industry to become self-reliant. So to becomes आत्मनिर्भर जिसको हम बोलते हैं, आत्मनिर्भर जिसको भारत को बोलते हैं. अभी मैं आपको 2015 में मैं इस इंडस्ट्री में आया था. 2015 से हम क्या थे कि चाइना से सब रॉ मटेरियल खरीदते थे. हिंदुस्तान में कुछ नहीं बनता था रॉ मटेरियल. तो वी यूज्ड टू इंपोर्ट एवरीथिंग फ्रॉम चाइना, then assemble and compete with China only. So if you look at our history of solar industry, from 2015 to 2022, we were doing nothing but struggling and competing with China. तो वो हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर साहब ने ऐसा किया कि हम क्यों नहीं अपने पाँव पे खड़े हों और आत्मनिर्भर बने. तो उन्होंने बहुत रिस्ट्रिक्शंस लगा दी MNRE के थ्रू कि आप इंपोर्टेशन इतना जल्दी नहीं कर सकते. तो उसमें क्या था कि उन्होंने एक इंट्रोड्यूस किया ALMM. उससे क्या कि हमारी रिस्ट्रिक्शंस लग गई ऑन चाइना ऑन इंपोर्ट. उन्होंने ड्यूटी स्ट्रक्चर भी बढ़ा दिया. तो वहाँ के प्रोडक्ट महंगे हो गए, हम सस्ते हो गए, और हमें गवर्नमेंट ने अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ दी कि हम डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट में जाके अपना मटेरियल ईज़िली बेच सकते हैं एज़ कम्पेयर टू चाइना. दूसरा क्या किया, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया सब्सिडीज देती थी टू द for setting up solar plants. अगर आप अपने घर में लगाते हो आपको सब्सिडीज दी.
तो सर सेमीकंडक्टर्स में अभी गवर्नमेंट का फोकस्ड है सर, और गवर्नमेंट ऑफ यूपी ने हमारी एक सेमीकंडक्टर पॉलिसी भी लॉन्च करी है सर. उसमें हम बेनिफिट्स दे रहे हैं जो हमारे सेमीकंडक्टर्स के स्टार्टअप्स हैं, जो अपना सेटअप रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी की तरफ फोकस है सर गवर्नमेंट का. सो इसमें आपका क्या ओपिनियन है सर? व्हाट आर योर व्यूज ऑन दिस?
देखो ये बहुत लॉन्ग, दिस इज अ वेरी लॉन्ग विजन ऑफ अवर प्राइम मिनिस्टर, ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर, on the to have electronics and semiconductors into setting up the industry in that. So our honorable Chief Minister Saab has taken a lot of efforts, and with a great vision, he's setting up a semiconductor park in Jamuna Expressway. So we also come under the semiconductor, basically solar industry, and we want to become आत्मनिर्भर जिसको हम बोलते हैं, और सेल्फ रिलायंस. तो उसके लिए अभी क्या था कि हमको सब कुछ इंपोर्ट चाइना से करना पड़ा है. अगर आज चाइना वाला बोल दे कि आप वी डू नॉट एक्सपोर्ट एनीथिंग टू इंडिया, द सोलर इंडस्ट्री ऑफ इंडिया विल कम टू हॉल्ट. सो नाउ अवर चीफ मिनिस्टर सर हैज टेकन इन डिसीजन. ही इज सेटिंग अप ए सोलर सेल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हब इन जमुना एक्सप्रेसवे under our MOU with the UP Invest. We got a letter of intent from CEO Zeda for 25 acres land. We will be establishing a solar cell manufacturing in UP, and that would be a unique plant of latest technology and a semiconductor. So similarly, I understand many people, other people have also got UP Invest from land from Jamuna Expressway. That is a great way. And even we have been asked to go from the level 1, because first there is a solar cell, then solar wafer. We will be manufacturing wafer. Thereafter we have got ingot and then silica. Once we come to the silica level, we will be totally self-reliant in solar semiconductor industry and solar manufacturing.
That's very, I mean, I say that in the upcoming days, the IB Solar will be working as an anchor unit in GB Nagar.
Yeah.
For the solar energy.
It is started from scratch, and will become in the mainstream of manufacturing. And in fact, we are already exporters to USA, and we have suffered because of USA government putting the tariff of 50%. We were exporting solar modules for a very special application that was running chemical pumps over there. It was not for normal solar power generation. It was basically for running the chemical plants over there.
So that's, I think, sir, you have answered all the questions very beautifully, and you have given an insight from the solar industry, and this will definitely going to help the investors who want to invest in UP, sir. And thank you so much for your time, sir. Invest UP will help you, will always be there to help you. In case you need any help, we are just a call away, sir.
Certainly, we are looking for all help from UP, Invest UP, UP departments, Greater Noida Authority, Jamuna Express Authority, and other departments. Those departments have been very, very helpful to us in establishing the industry over there. I thank you all.
Thank you so much for your time, sir. You have shared an insight information with us that how the solar industry is working, and I'm sure this will going to help the investors who wants to set up their company in UP. Thank you so much for your valuable insights, sir. I'm sure this will going to motivate more investors from solar industry to invest in UP. And Invest UP is always there to help you out, sir. We just a call away. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
So nice of you. From core of my heart, I am thankful to UP Invest for showing us a path for setting up an industry, because we can do only efforts. The sanction comes from there, and thankful to all the concerned departments who are helping us to set up the industry. And I will be an investor in promoting UP Invest
Definitely.
to my friends and well-wishers all around the world. Thanks, and namaskar.